Right, here's part one of trunk epoxy. We got it down to bare metal. It took how many hours? We started at 10 and it's like 5. So it took 7 hours to get this thing down to bare metal. This is 80 grit. So we're doing a little bit of wax and grease remover right now. And I'm going to coat it in some epoxy. And we got the firewall. Put a little putty coat and blocked it down. Taped it off. Cleaned up the body mounts. So we're going to coat this also in another round of epoxy and then go with the 2K after that. Get that a little taped up. Alright, so we got this in the first coat, black epoxy. Body work seems decent. Like I say, this is first coat, so you can still see it's kind of bleeding through. Hopefully second coat fixes that. That's a run from last time actually, so. But it looks way better, more uniform. We got this in one coat. Now I sprayed this side. Yeah, okay, I got a little dent. I had my 14-year-old son spray this side, so first time ever touching a gun. A little bit of stripe, not too bad. He's the one that took this thing down to metal for me. But it's already looking better. One uniform color. So we're waiting to get one more coat on there. Actually, I want 2 more coats on the trunk. 1 more on this. Alright, here's the second coat of the epoxy. I think this is going to do it for the firewall. I'm not trying to hide body work with epoxy. Just trying to get it coated. But it did cover it pretty good. You see, there's still a little bit of bleed through, but I still have 2K to go. But my main concern is this area right here. It's nice and molded looking. That's with the tiger hair and then putty coat. Did a little bit of work down here too. Molded it out. The boot covers that. I'll show that in the next video. But a little bit of mold on that. Can get a little better once we get the 2K. We did clean up the body mounts. But so that's about what you're going to see when everything's together. Second coat on the trunk. A couple dents, not too bad. Right there, that's where there was some filler on there. Also in the back corner there was some filler. But outside of that, it's a pretty solid trunk. It's hard to see with the black, but there's a pinhole there. There you go, that's the extent of the rust on the trunk. Pretty satisfied with that. I can deal with that. It's original sheet metal. So I'm going to let this flash off. I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of what's in the cup. So maybe 1 more coat. And then that's going to be a wrap. Alright, so this is 2 more coats in the epoxy and firewall's done. Still got to 2K it. Do a little blocking, but not much. Pretty satisfied with that. Pretty satisfied with that. Now that's epoxy over 80 grit and over putty coat. There's 2 coats and then a little bit more over the areas with the filler. So more like 3 coats in the areas with the filler. But that's the firewall. Got a little bit right here. So what we did was first ripped out all the AC stuff. Cut the lip out of the heater core hole. Welded these things in about every, I don't know, 1/4 inch or so. Then tiger haired it. Knocked that down. Putty coat it. By putty coat I mean this stuff. did that today, knocked it down. I wanted to wait a day, 24 hours for the stuff to cure, but kind of crunched for time here, so went ahead and epoxied that. So that's two coats on the firewall and 3 over the filler, and a little mold job there on the bottom. Whatever. Same here. Now, a piece came in. So I'm liking that. Covers a lot of stuff. So you don't even see any of that stuff. Good. Oh yeah. Worldwide. That's 3 coats on the trunk. And that's a wrap.